Hello my YouTube friends and welcome back for this 2025 first video. So I'm going to work on this large panoramic wood base canvas, I should say, and I'm going to do my lagoon mineral type abstract painting with a little bit of gold on it. This will be almost the same as the previous one but on a larger surface. This time I'm going to work on more geometric lines and more straight lines. I mean, this will be less dreamy and less curvy than the other one that I did earlier. So to start off, I'm going to use my greenish blue, dark blue with some teal color, and I'm going to paint the entire surface with it. I'm using here a little spray of water just to make sure that the paint is not dry and I still can move the pigment and I can still try to have a nice blend. You can see here that the dark blue is a little bit more transparent. That's normal. We are going to add layers on top of that. So I'm going to add more teal. Here you see. You can also have access to the full video without any cuts. I have like almost hundreds of videos available now, so you can check the link down in the description. I use here a large fluffy brush to blend everything and always working with water. I don't use any medium or something that's bother me, so I'm only using now water. That's the solution that I found the most effective with acrylics, and I encourage you to only work with water. This is easier and I think the most effective. So you can see here I'm adding more teal just to remove any transparency areas, and I try to remove the brush strokes. And this is not a typical brush that you use in the art industry. You will not find this one in art store. I usually like to buy some of the things from the DIY store, and yeah, it works really well. Sometimes you don't need to spend like $40, 40 euros on a simple brush. You just need to get the right tools you want and try to make it works, and yes, it works, especially on larger scale canvas like this one. So I'm going to help myself with some spray can paint. This is some regular matte acrylic paint in a spray. I've opened my door. I should have wore a mask, but yeah, forgive me for that. I don't use that much, but yeah, leave the room really open even if it's cold outside, because it is kind of smelly and it is not good for your health. So I've also used a teal color one, and I'm going to go back with some more dark blue and teal color just to remove this spray feeling from my painting. I don't want my painting to look like a graph, something that is sprayed. So yeah, I try to remove it. I use the spray can because the white is really opaque, and this is really a quicker thing to do if you want something really opaque and white. I like also, if you saw my older videos, to use a large sponge like this to make some pretty cool design. It creates some cells or something I really like, more organic. So again, I use both teal color and dark blue to create those little details. can see I'm spraying water and then adding my paint. This is not a secret, but this is something that I've often used. You can use this for portrait, for any painting you want. This is a tips. This is a game changer. You will have some really nice blend with this technique. You can see here I'm adding the paint, and then with a large dry brush I go over it and try to smooth everything, and it almost looked like I did it with oil paint, and it's not, it's just acrylic paint. So I encourage you to try this technique, and you will need to balance the amount of water you put on the surface. If it's less water, the pigment will not move, and if it's too much water, you will end up with really transparent, almost nothing. So this is something to practice, and yeah. Here you can see I use another techniques. I also like to use some Posca pen. This is an effective way to have tiny little details easily without any brush. You can also use a brush and your Posca pen. It is the time to balance the colors and add more. I like to add some tiny red opposite color details. That's always makes the blues really pops onto the painting. I also like to use those little palette knife to create some random design and leave like a more thicker paste of paint onto the canvas. Here I'm glazing some more blue. Everything is fully dry. This is just to enhance the blue color, because when you add white or teal on top of this dark blue, it will end up like a grayish something, not not good. So yeah, I try to have a more saturated dark blue. So this will be the last steps. Here I'm adding more shadows, and I try to have a step back on my painting and see what's working or not, and I thought it was missing something, so I added few more shadows, and also I glazed some bright green. I think this is called bright yellow green or something. This is a pretty transparent color, and when you put that on top of the teal, it will make the teal even more vibrant and add some degrees of color, some more color to your painting, and it will be more interesting to look at. And also adding a bit more purple, and I added more water into my paint just so it is really transparent and subtle. You don't want to have a large area full of purple. This is just to enhance the blue color with purple. It is now time to add the gold. I've chosen a pretty gold, more of a champagne gold. This is not like a bright yellow gold. I sometimes like more subtle gold, and this time I choose this one. I'm going to scrape everything and then add my varnish on top. I decided this time I'm not going to go with a spray varnish, and I will go with this Liquitex Ultra Gloss varnish. This is working well, but this is pretty difficult to add this varnish on top of a large painting. I also have a full course on that on my Patreon page, so if you want to see it, I will put the link down in the description. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you to all of my Patreon who support my art, who support my channel here. This is really important so I can make even more content for you guys. I wish you all a great day and see you for another video. Bye. Bye, guys.